bringing it out. It's Hill. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. So the Arkansas Razorbacks offense comes on the field to open this game. The last collision between the Razorbacks and the Aggies was memorable like so many others in this long rivalry. The Aggies took the lead in the fourth quarter, got a late touchdown and won it by 4. Hogs thinking payback today.
Yeah, those close rivalry games like this are always fun to have, but a game like this, it's a good reminder to realize that you get into that red zone and you're settling for field goals, that could be the difference in the game. You get down there, you better be scoring touchdowns.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Scanning the field, it's Green. Caught by the receiver. Tackled right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks.
And the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. Looking to scramble. Oh, what a move. And they make the tackle, but that's a huge chunk play on the scramble. He saw an opening and just went for it.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first and keep this drive moving.
On 1st and 10, look at the throw. It's a quick grab. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. You old-timers out there will know that Arkansas and Texas A&M go way back, rivalry in the Southwest Conference. Then they went their separate ways. And now, since reuniting in the SEC, this old rivalry has produced some really kind of hot-blooded, sparked-up matchups.
Yeah, and games like this are kind of time capsules, sort of, for the history of college football. And maybe these games haven't been precursors for the national championship or even conference championships, but the longevity of these rivalries make this so much fun to watch.
Big moment on the opening drive. They face third down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
It just looked like the quarterback was holding on to the ball a bit too long that time, allowed the defense to be able to get the pressure, and they come up with the first sack of the game.
The Razorbacks will send the punt team onto the field. And he boots it out of bounds. Not very long. That punt heading out of bounds, so there'll be no return here. So the Texas A&M Aggies offense comes out for their first possession today. It's a group that's really led by the big fellas up front. An offensive line that can maul you. They really are the personality of this team. Can they impose that today again, Kurt?
Well, some people will go out and recruit quarterbacks and receivers, try to win the game out on the perimeter. These guys love to be able to develop offensive linemen, and it's paid off. They can run the football, they get behind those big boys up front, and they dominate people. Cannot wait to see, can this defense load up physically and hold up against this offensive line?
Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. 2nd down and 11. To the air, it's Reed. He pulls in the catch. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
Really good defenses put an emphasis on winning the early downs. That means holding your own on 1st and 2nd down. So you force the offense to consistently have to try on 3rd and long. That's exactly what's happened here in this series.
We come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Wide open downfield. They keep the drive going. It's a first down to the 46.
That's an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding that window between the zones and delivering the ball on time.
Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Nice grab. It's Moss. Kirk, all these players are aware, if you can make your mark, if you can make a special moment in this kind of rivalry game, that's just remembered forever.
Chris, that's so true. I mean, I played in an Ohio State-Michigan rivalry, and unfortunately, Desmond Howard had his moment where he returned the punt. We're still talking about the pose. So it's a huge opportunity for these players, but I also think the players
are down. He goes. It's a sack.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
So here comes 3rd and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. That's caught. It's Moss. So, Kirk, we reached the end of one, and so far a defensive stalemate here in the early stats illustrating the story. Getting set here now for the second period. Both offenses looking for some efficiency, for a spark after that opening quarter. And the Aggies will have to kick it away. And that's the first punt of the afternoon for this offense. And the kick angles out of bounds, so no return possible here. And the Arkansas offense back out on the field. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? Gonna run it. It's Russell. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving this back anywhere to go, and they keep him short of the first down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Looking to pass. It's Green. The receiver makes the catch. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
Boy, nice throw here by this Arkansas quarterback to be able to pick up big yards and a first down for the Hogs. And, Chris, they've had some great ones over the years that could distribute the football. Ryan Mallett, Tyler Wilson, Clint Sterner, just to name a few.
1st and 10 play coming up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Second down after that previous play. Off the play fake, looking to pass it. Makes the grab with plenty of room to run.
You see more and more offenses in college football going to 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
Offense moving closer to the line again after that catch. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. That ball snagged for a completion. That's enough for a first down. This offense set up in scoring position at the 40.
Well, when you play zone defense on 3rd down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the first down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
Looking to throw it on first down. Looking right, this one caught. Refuses to go down. They finally get him down, but this passing game has produced a chunk play.
Well, that's tough for this defense. You give up the catch, but you also let the receiver break a tackle and get some yards afterward.
And the Razorbacks looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. And the quarterback finds the tight end for the completion. They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout before halftime. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. To throw, it's Green. Launching one to the end zone. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Will that holding penalty be a drive killer? Offense getting set. It's second down. Looking to throw yet again. Now the senior tries to take a shot, but overthrows his man.
I think he predetermined where to go with his football. Really didn't give himself a chance to work through his progressions. Locked into his primary, tried to force it in there, and it doesn't work out.
8th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Out of the gun now on third down. Thrown to the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He could not hang on for a touchdown. My goodness.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on fourth down.
So here on fourth down, out comes the field goal team. And it's good, right down the middle. It breaks the scoreless tie here, makes it 3-0.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. He'll return it from inside the 5. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. There's the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And the player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout or they check him out. Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. Second down and 11. Throwing up, play action. On the move here, trying to hit a deep shot. It's caught inside the 30 and still going. Touchdown, Aggies. They were not going to catch him that time.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath just like this. And when he catches the football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. Kick goes through, so it's 7-3. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Return starts from inside the 5. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. To throw, it's Green. Screen to the receiver in the flat. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen. not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Looking for a receiver. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in third and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? He lets it go on the move. He makes the grab. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching. The Razorbacks with 1st and 10 here. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Receiver makes the catch. Tackle is made very near midfield. Good enough for a first down. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Offense beginning to click on this drive as they try to reach the end zone for the first time today. Here comes a first down pass attempt. He's wide open. Look out. They make the tackle, but that's an excellent gain. Moves the ball to the 33.
Well, it's a good ball here by the quarterback, but I have to back up and look at the route by this tight end. He puts such pressure on this defense and makes it very easy for the quarterback to be able to make an accurate throw because he gets separation.
First down, looking to throw the ball. Pass caught.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down, but instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Looking to throw. It's Green. Running out of time in the pocket. They make the tackle as time expires. That'll do it for the first half. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Guys, two fan bases who wait all year for this game, and we could be headed to a fun finish in the Southwest Classic. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. Still 2 quarters to go in this Southwest Classic, a treasured rivalry in both Fayetteville and College Station.
Razorbacks will kick this away to begin the second half. Fields it just outside the goal line. He tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. The passing game's been on fire. The defense has had no answer for it. Let's see if they found some solutions at halftime. Jerks past the defender. He's in the clear. They get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33.
These guys didn't let the halftime break slow them down. They continue to dominate the line of scrimmage, give the ball to the back. Nice big positive gain to get things started here in the second half.
A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Looking for his big tight end. What a catch! They tackle him, but not before he makes the 45. A solid gain.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
Great start to the drive. Back-to-back explosive plays, and now another first down. Looking to pass. It's Reed. Quick throw complete to the tight end. They tackle him, but the gain moves the ball to the 36.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback, and he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Offense will set up on 1st and 10. And the running back takes the handoff. And they test the middle there, but get nothing.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll give it to the back. And that run produces a decent gain.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run, but look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
So now it's third and short in the 30. Chance for the defense to make a play here and perhaps force a field goal attempt. That's enough to move the sticks. First down now from the 23.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Graham down the middle. It's Concepcion. The stop made at the 5. The offense will have 1st and goal now.
How about the arm strength from this quarterback? He really didn't have any other option than to put it right in there and give it everything that he had. Great timing and a good job of squeezing that in between the defenders.
The Aggies will line up here on 1st down and goal. To the air, it's Reed. Swarmed by the pass rush, a sack.
That's a big sack by this defense here on 1st down. Now the offense still has opportunities to rectify this situation, but it's not the best way to start a 1st and goal situation.
So the ball moved back to the 12 for 2nd and goal. Looking to score with a run to the right. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. The offense facing a 3rd and goal from a long way away. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Makes the grab. Can he get there? He's swarmed by the defense.
Well, a quick short throw here, not able to convert for the 1st down. You'd love to see that route maybe a little bit deeper to give yourself a better chance, but they come up a little bit short. So now it's decision-making time for the coach. I'd be shocked if they didn't go for it.
You need less than a yard for a 1st down. They'll go for it on 4th. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. He's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge 4th down stop. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. 1st down, looking for more now. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Just a great play by the running back here, finding his lanes and then exploding through the gap when it opened up.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Back to throw. It's Green. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived at the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down. This should be the last play of the quarter coming up. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on 1st down. This time, a completion. Tackle made at the 23 as they gain some important breathing room. And as we break for the quarter, Kirk, it's Texas A&M on top. We've reached the end of the 3rd. Time is running out to cut into this lead. Let's check out the game stats before we go on. We're set now for the 4th quarter. Who is going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a 1st down play. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Now they test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Man, this defense has had a great game today. Here we are in the 4th quarter.
They've done a nice job of taking the run game completely away, making it a lot easier to zero in on that quarterback in the pass game.
Here's the second down play. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Catch hauled in here over the middle. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there. That'll put him over 150 yards today. Kirk, he is putting on a show on this big stage.
How great is this? On this stage, as you mentioned, Chris, just playing his best game. He's been in sync with his receivers. Back there, has time to throw. Just having a dream performance.
Using his legs. It's Russell. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, if he would have stayed on his track and stayed more to the inside, I think that play opens up for a nice gain. Instead, he's looking for the big play, bounces it to the outside, and there's just too much speed on that defense.
Offense now behind the 6 on second down. They need 12 after that first down loss. To throw, it's Green. Quick throw over the middle. The tight end makes the catch downfield. They stop him at the 49, but that'll be a first down.
Nice play-action call here by this offensive coordinator. You know, you can freeze those linebackers just for a split second. Usually that's going to give you enough room to be able to get that tight end behind them. And if the quarterback can make a nice tight throw like this, pick up some big yards.
And looking to throw now on first down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Completion makes it second and short. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. The Razorbacks moving quickly down the field here.
Well, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
First down and 10 now. He hands it to the back. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
Another positive run on 1st and 10. You know, it's early on in this drive, but this defense has not shown the ability to stop the run. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I just keep running the football until they prove they can stop it.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. The final 2 minutes here. This defense trying to hang on. The offense trying to make a play to win it. Tight game, final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? They desperately need it. And here's the handoff. The defense all over. They stop him right at the line.
The offense has had really good rhythm in this drive, running the ball, throwing the football. Seems like every play has been positive yards until that stop right there by the defense.
Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. On third and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, that run didn't go anywhere here on third down. It'll bring up fourth down. And right now, late in the game, they've got to go for this. They got to call their best fourth and short play and hope to keep the sticks moving.
Down one possession in the fourth quarter, and the offense is going to try to convert here on fourth down. They need to convert. He'll drop back. Looking for his big tight end. He's got it, and that is enough for a first down. Touchdown, Razorbacks. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, what an unbelievable job by this offense, Chris. They put themselves in a position to put a touchdown on the board. They take the lead, and now we'll see if their own defense can hold on to that lead in these last couple minutes of the game.
An important PAT now to make this a three-point game. And the kick is good. A three-point game now in the fourth quarter. It's all up to the defense. And here's the return from inside the 5. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. For the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. It's a quarterback keeper. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve as much clock as possible. They'll get set, needing to score quickly now, looking for some big plays right here. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
On the run here, lets it go. With the catch, it's Moss. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first. And the coach quickly calls timeout after the play, trying to hold on to as much time as possible. We've got to get points quickly here, looking for explosive plays right now. Back to pass. It's Reed. Nice throw, caught for a completion. And heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
This is why offenses drill down on the 2-minute drill year-round. You want to have quarterbacks and wide receivers completely dialed in on down and distance, and especially the clock. You got to get out of bounds when you can to preserve it. They do a really good job of that right here.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Caught over the middle. It's Concepcion. They make the tackle, but this offense now in scoring position. First down to the 32.
Well, the quarterback has just too much time against this zone. There's not enough pressure. It's allowing him to sit back and pick apart this zone defense.
Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Hit as he released it. Receiver makes the grab. And the offense spends a timeout. The clock stopped with just 10 seconds left. So here it is, a pressure moment. The field goal team on the field, a lot riding on this kick. And a timeout is called here, 10 seconds remaining on the clock. A chance to tie the game here in the final minute of regulation. The field goal is good. And that ties the score now in the final seconds.
Man, I'll tell you, life of a kicker. This guy's not been called on the entire game. Probably cold as ice on the sideline. But when it matters, he's hot as a stove when his number's called.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. He's going to return it from near the goal line. They stop at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 19. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. So tied up after regulation, we go to overtime. Remember, in college football, it's dueling possessions. In the second overtime, if we get there, you have to go for 2 points if you score a touchdown. And the third overtime, Kirk, just becomes a series of 2-point tries.
And I know that's your favorite, to see if we can get to that third series of these overtimes. I love extra football, so I'm looking forward to this. Let's see who's going to win it.
You set it down to the offense. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Now it's 2nd down here. Here comes a handoff. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting
pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Only gets a couple of yards there. It'll bring up 4th down. So here comes the field goal unit out there trying to claim the lead here in OT. Knocks that one right down the middle. And they've regained the lead.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He's got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So here we go. A touchdown wins the game here, needing at least a field goal to keep things going. Dropping back, it's Reed. Snags the quick throw. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. That completion makes it 2nd down. On the ground, it's Moss. They bring them down, but that play will set up a 1st and goal now at the 10.
I like that you trust your running back and you're still trying to run the football. But you got to be careful. You get into overtime, this defense is thinking not just stop this runner, but try to rip that ball out as well.
So 1st and goal here. Can they punch it in and win the football game? 1st and goal, they'll try to run it in. And he's in there. Touchdown to win this game in overtime. Wow.
Well, it's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.